Hey, good afternoon, Tiger fans. Mark Fitzpatrick from the Tiger Club of Kansas City. It's Tuesday, December 20th. Happy holidays, everybody. Our guest today, one of our all-time favorite speakers, Stephen St. John from Border Patrol on WHB. Stephen, that was a highly entertaining hour you gave. There's lots to talk about.
I think I broke my record. It was an hour and 4 minutes straight of talking, and now my ribs hurt. See, I give till it hurts for Tiger Club. How about that?
Hey, Tigers, talk about the basketball game on Saturday. You made a great point. It seems like we're always on the wrong end of those kind of games. That was a really exciting finish and a good win Missouri needed.
You know, especially with that game sandwiched between the Kansas game and then Kentucky and, Illinois, Kentucky, and Arkansas coming up. You felt like they had to win that game, right? You go on the road and it seemed a couple of times that they were in control of that game, and then things got away from them at the end. You're thinking, man, this is going to be a gut punch. And then when Hodge fell down, I'm thinking they're going to call traveling or something. He pushed that ball over to Golston and hit that three off the glass. And yes, that feels like we're always on the other end of those losses. But if you see the way that team celebrated, and I was talking with Jared Sutton about this yesterday, that can be such a bonding experience where they go on the road in a game that they needed to win in dramatic fashion, and so that can only make them better and give them some confidence, and hopefully they can go into the game against Illinois for bragging rights and feel like they have a chance to win.
Big week for the Tiger football team. We've got signing day tomorrow and the Gasparilla Bowl on Friday. Tigers finished 6-6. 2 games, though, for sure they could have won with some freak plays. What do you look for from the team that's in the bowl game this week?
You know, Brady Cook, I know he's been taking a lot of criticism. He played really, really well against Arkansas. And so, and he's been great running the football. And so if he can avoid, and I know people hate when you call a quarterback a game manager. Don't turn the football over. Continue to use your legs and pick up first downs and help put some pressure on the defense. And, man, get the ball to those playmakers. How great would it be to see Luther Burden blow up in this game? Get the ball to the playmakers and don't turn the football over. And hopefully they can have a nice win over Wake Forest, who at one time was top 10 in the nation. And I know some people don't think bowl wins or bowl victories are a big deal. It's been 8 years. It'd be great to go into the offseason, especially for recruiting, the same as you finished with a winning record and got a bowl victory down in Florida and let these kids celebrate into Christmas.
Let's talk about the Chiefs. You made a really good point in today's lunch, and we are way spoiled. I remember those dark days of 10 years ago when the team was 2-14. But going into the playoffs, Chiefs have struggled with turnovers, struggled with penalties. Defense has been inconsistent. Which of those has got to be a priority to fix?
Turnovers. That's it. I mean, they're minus right now in turnovers. You go back to think about Dick Vermeil, how much he emphasized being plus in turnover ratio, and if you're not, you can't win in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes and this offense is so good, they've overcome that. But this last game against the Texans, they outgained the Texans 500-200, and the only reason why that was a game was they had 10 penalties for over 100 yards. Those things are correctable. And also, as long as Carl Cheffers isn't the head official for the game, then the Chiefs should be fine, because he just threw another flag right now and the game's over. And so don't turn the football over. You had the fumble deep in Houston territory by Juju Smith-Schuster, fumble by Isaiah Pacheco. You think about how many times the Chiefs have lost the turnover battle but still won the game. That's how good Mahomes is. But they finally created a turnover by Frank Clark and the recovery by Willie Gay. The offense has to find a way to create more turnovers, but the defense has to. But the offense, they just got to take care of the football. Take care of the football. You play a clean game, and they're going to win. They'll beat Cincinnati. Think about it. They were going to beat Cincinnati until Travis Kelce fumbled that ball. That's what turned everything. And they had the ball at the end of the game with a chance to beat Buffalo, and Mahomes threw an interception. You don't turn the football over, you win those 2 games. You win at least one of them. And so I believe if they can take care of that, and maybe that's just going to haunt this team, and it's bad luck. But if they don't turn the football over, they'll get back to the Super Bowl.
You talked a little about the Royals. While you were talking about official word confirmed, as you mentioned, the Royals did sign Jordan Lyles to a 2-year deal. Seem to be making an investment in the pitching. What do you think of the Royals for next year?
Well, they signed him, and he was the de facto ace for the Orioles after John Means went on the DL with Tommy John surgery. He threw 175 innings, had a 4.5 ERA, at a 1.39 WHIP, was 12-11. What's important for him is, number one, he throws strikes. The two guys they signed, Ryan Yarborough from Tampa and then Jordan Lyles from Baltimore, they throw strikes. And that's going to be something they try to pound into these young pitchers' heads. Don't be your worst enemy. Don't put guys on base. Don't go into 3-2 counts, 2-2 counts all the time. Throw strikes. They got a good defensive baseball team behind them. Use it. And then number two, they got to eat innings, because Scott Barlow is one of the best relievers in baseball. They've got some live arms out there. But by the end of the season, that bullpen was ate up, because you had pitchers going 3 innings, 4 innings. One thing about Lyles, 2 things about Lyles. He'll stay healthy, and he'll give you innings. 32 starts, 175 innings. They bought innings, and he'll keep you in a game. He's not going to be great, but they needed durability out there. So between him and Yarborough, hopefully that can help save the bullpen, because that's really important.
Steven, you're the best.
Thank you.
Twitter handle at SSJWHB. He's on 6 to 10 on the Border Patrol on 810 every day, Monday through Friday, and new podcast, House of Hustle, with our buddy Jared Sutton.
Yeah, that's great. We're going to talk nothing but basketball, do it twice a month. Coming up, our next episode, we're going to have Sophie Cunningham on the show, but we talk a lot about Mizzou basketball, high school basketball, NBA, and so if you like basketball, House of Hustle, you can find it on YouTube or anywhere you download your favorite podcast.
All right, Steven, Merry Christmas to you and your lovely family.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, we're going to take a couple weeks off. We'll be back on January 10th here at the Flea Market. Very special guest, Kathy Nelson, head of the Kansas City Sports Commission. We'll talk about World Cup, NFL Draft, possibility of a downtown baseball stadium. She's done an amazing job in her position, so please come down and join us at the Flea Market. To all of you out there, Merry Christmas. For information on the Tiger Club, check us out at kctigerclub.com.